Hi guys, my name is Damien, and in this video I'm actually going to show you how I solve my Rubik's Cube. So as you can see, I have my Rubik's Cube shuffled, but before we actually get into the actual tutorial, there's three things that I wanted to note to you guys. One, that this will take some memory. I'm not able to just do this just going off. There will be some movements and turns that you'll have to remember, but we will get to that a little bit later. So with your actual Rubik's Cube, you need to know that this is a side piece, the blue and yellow, blue and red, those are side pieces because they're two colors. And obviously these are corner pieces because they have three colors. You guys will see in the tutorial how we'll make a move depending on what color side pieces we are looking at or what color corner pieces we are looking at. And then the third thing before we get to the actual tutorial is that there are certain turns and certain moves, I will say. So like for example, and if I say a move, it's all clockwise. And those who don't know what clockwise is when it goes to the right, and then counterclockwise is when it goes to the left. So if I would say right, like if we will look, we're going to turn right, this right side, because this is going clockwise, that means it's right. If I say right inverted, that means it's going counterclockwise. So this is right, this is left, this is up, this, would you need down? You will need down. So if we look down is to this way because we're going counterclockwise or clockwise. And then we have face, and then we have back. So back. So those are the moves that you'll need to know. I will quickly go through again. So right, left, up, down, face, and then back. Yeah, so the actual get to start a tutorial, the first thing we need to do is, I always start with the white side. So the first thing we need to do is get a white cross. So we want these to be white. And since we need 5 pieces, the first thing you need to do is find the white middle. So once you have the white middle, you can move on to this next step. And if you can't find a white middle, or your Rubik's Cube doesn't have a white middle, I don't know if there's a Rubik's Cube that doesn't have a white middle, but if you can't find your white middle, then you need to take the Rubik's Cube back to wherever you bought it. So, in order to get the cross, we need to connect the side pieces to its middle. So, the way I do this is I look for the opposite color of the side. So like for example, this is orange. This is already connected. So it could be easier to explain. So I will look at I'm looking for white side. What's the opposite color? Orange. I have to get the orange to its middle and then get the white to its middle without messing up this connection. So another way to say it, I'll show you another example. So blue. We want to get this white to its middle, so we need to get the blue to its middle, and then once we get the blues to its middle, get the white to its middle without moving it, without messing up the connection. So we'll do it for orange. So let's say it was like this. So we want to get the orange to its middle. So if I would turn it to its middle, we got it to its middle. Now get it to the white. Get the white side to its middle without messing up this connection. And this is an easy turn. As you can see, we got the orange, and then we got the white, and then we got the white pieces. So you'll know if you do it right if you have this, like a strip. The white, white, and then the color. So let's do it for green. Green is gonna be easiest. And the thing is, you'll probably have to mess this up, the one that we just did, but you'll just probably do one turn to get it back. So let's do green. So we need to get white to its middle. We're looking at the opposite color, which is green. So if we would turn it, we connected the green to its middle. Now you get the white to its middle without messing up this connection. And this is easy. This is a turn. So I'll explain it again. We're looking for the white to its middle. So we see blue. We got to get blues to its middle. We got it to its middle. Move the white to its middle without messing up this connection. And we know we could just turn it this way. So right now we got 3 of them. And then this is not going to be this simple, because this is I just shuffled my Rubik's Cube, but this is, we already got the cross. But sometimes the color might be flipped. So like, for example, let's say if we were trying to get, for example purposes, let's say we were trying to get, this was a white and this was a blue, so we needed to get it flipped. I will go to the right one. So let's say we want to flip these two. Look at the right one, move the bottom to the right, left down, back, and then back. So we will flip those two. But in our case, we didn't have to do it because the crosses were easy. They were just one turn. So the next thing you need to do is get the white corner pieces. So this corner piece, I don't think this is in the right position, and we will see later on why. So in order to get the corner pieces, this is what I do. So you want to get the corner pieces in these sweet spots. So you want to get them on the bottom. Like, this is a good spot. This is a sweet spot. Do we have any other? No. So once we have a corner piece at its sweet spot, you need to look at the opposite colors of the white one. So in our example, the opposite colors is blue and red. So I'll try to explain this as best as I can. So we're looking at the two opposite colors of the white of the corner piece. We need to get this corner piece between the opposite white, the non-white colors middle. I'll say it again. We need to get this corner piece in between the non-white colors middles. So we need to find the non-white middles, which is red and blue. We see red and we see blue. So we need to get that piece that we are looking at, this piece between these middles. So let's do that. And now this is in the correct position. So like, as I said, this might not be in the right position, and we know it's not in the right position because it's not between its middle. This piece has to go right here. But in order to get that piece to right here, we want to get this piece to its middle. But let's go back to the piece that we were focusing on. So once we get this corner piece in its sweet spot, we're actually going to do the same rotation that we did if we were trying to flip a side piece. So because this is on the left side, we're trying to get to here. Because this is on the left side, we move it right, move this down, move this back over here, and then move it up. I'll show you 3 more times once we get it. All right, and by doing that, we need to see if we have a corner piece in its sweet spot. It's in the sweet spot, but it's not in the actual correct spot. So we need to find, again, white corner piece, non-white colors, red and green. We got to find the red and green middle. Red, green, we need this piece to be between its middle. We need this piece to be right here. So let's just turn it there, and we have it. White, non-white, between the middle pieces. So now, because this is on the right, we just have to do it like an inverse of what we did to the other corner piece. So if we move this, because it's on the right, if we move it to the left, down, back over, up. So we know this is in the correct piece. And the same for the other ones. So like, here's an example. So let's say your piece is up top. Have it facing you. And the way I do this is move it to the right and move it over 1. So now it's in the correct spot. Again, I'll show you guys again. Fits in the top, so face, and then move this to the right. And then once, because, and this is nice because it's already in this, it's in a sweet spot, and it's between its middle colors, as you can see. So because it's on the right, we go left, and then we go down, back over, go up. And if you guys notice, we messed up the middle. So I'll show you guys here. We messed up this middle. We gotta get the cross. So we move this to its middle. Connected the blue, move it to the white. And let's say, for example purposes, let's say it's right here. You could either just turn it, or yeah, that's usually what I do. I usually just turn the piece. But there could be times where it's like right here. I'll show you. Let's say the white piece is, let's say this blue and white is flipped. To get the blue, imagine this is white, but let's say, again, let's say this white, this is actually blue, and this piece is actually white. To get this in the correct position, we would go down and then 2 over. As you can see, we got the blue in its sweet spot. So we'll do it again. So let's say if it's here, let's say this is real. We're actually going to solve it. If the white is here, we move we move whatever side it's on. So move this here, the white piece went the whole way back here, and then move it to whatever side it was on twice. And then again, because we messed up across, we need to solve that. Look for the white piece, look for the non-color, gets to its middle, and then move it over. So now we need to do this last one again. Look for the non-colors, it's in this middle. Now we just do, because it's on the right, left, down, over, back up. And then we gotta get this over here. I'll quickly do this one, and you know you'll be correct once you have the white face, or the white top, and then you have the front row, or the top row, all correct. And we know the cross is right because we didn't mess up any of these. All of these are good. All of these are good. So the next thing is to do this middle row. We need to do the middle row. And in order to do the middle row, I look at the bottom. So flip your Rubik's Cube over. I usually look at the side pieces, and we're looking for a side piece with non-yellow. So this is a side piece we want. This doesn't have a yellow. This is not a side piece we're looking for because this has a yellow. This is not a side piece we want because this has a yellow. This is a side piece we do want because it's a non-yellow. We're looking for a side piece with non-yellows. So now that we found our side piece with non-yellow, this is what we really want. We want this side piece, the face side piece, to be on this middle. See where this middle is and move it opposite. But I will show you guys this one. So because we need to get this color, the green, to its middle, we moved it to its middle. Now look at the orange, move it away from its middle. And you're going to see that the move that we did is going to be similar. So we got this green to its middle. We're looking for the opposite color. Move it away from its middle. So orange is the color. Orange's middle is right here. We move it away. And if you notice, because we move this bottom row right, you guys should know what to do. So because we move the bottom row right, move this left side down, move this back over, move it back up. And if you notice, we messed up the face. We messed up the white top. And because we messed up the white top, we need to see what we need. We need a corner piece. If we look here, Here's the corner piece. We know it's in the right position because it's between the middles. So we move it. So because this is on the right, we move it left, down, right, up. So now we need to go to another middle. I will show you guys what you should do when there's no middle. It's similar to what I said about flipping colors, but we'll get to that if we need to. So we need to look for a non-yellow. Here's a non-yellow. Again, non-yellow side piece. We need to get red to its middle. We got red to its middle. We need to turn the blue away from its middle. Blue's middle is right here. We gotta turn it away, and because we moved the bottom row left, we gotta move this down, right, up. And because we messed this up, because we messed up the face, we need to look for this. It's in the correct position because it's in between this middle. Because it's on the left, we move it right, down, left, up. Now we're looking for another non-yellow. Again, orange is the correct position because we know it's connected to its middle. Blue, move it away. We moved it away because we moved the bottom row right, down, back over, back up. Because we messed up the top, correct position because it's in between the middles. Because it's on the right, moving it left, down, back over, back up. And let's see. Again, connected to its middle. Gotta get to moving away from its middle. So red connected to its middle. Opposite color is green. Green's middle here. Move it away. We moved it away because we moved the bottom row right, down, right, and then back up. So correct position. So we know it's right because top row is correct, face is correct, the side pieces are correct, and the middle row is solved. Now let's say, for example, let's say orange and this, you'll have to do this if you don't have it, like you don't have a yellow. Let's say you look down here like, oh crap, I don't have a non-yellow, or like all of these are yellows, yellow, 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 yellow. And let's say this orange and blue were flipped. Let's say this was orange and this was blue. To correct this is the same way we did before. So if we would go to the right side, and let's say we were trying to flip these two, we would go move the bottom row to the right, down, back up, up. And then do the opposite for the other side. So we did it on here, let's do it on this side. And then there should be a non-yellow side piece at the bottom. There should be a non-yellow side piece at the bottom. So let's fix our cube. Right to its middle, move it away, orange is over here, boom, 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 boom. Gotta get to the middle, boom, 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 boom. All right, so we're good. All right, so next thing we need to do is we need to get the yellow cross. And so if you have a dot, like if you just have a dot or a yellow L, make the L like this, yellow, yellow, yellow. If you have a dot or a yellow L, this is where, like, not really algorithms, but things you need to remember will come up. Let's say, all right, so looking at the cube, like I have a horizontal line. If you had a dot and a yellow cross, you're going to do the algorithm, I guess, that I'm putting on the screen. It's very similar to the algorithm I'm about to do if you have a horizontal line, but the move is slightly different. Instead of turning up so if you have a dot and a cross, or half a cross, you will do up before you do right. If you have a horizontal line, you will do right before you have up, but I will have what you need to do on the screen. So because I have a horizontal line, I am going to do this. So as you can see on the screen, you're doing face. So have, it doesn't just, you could do it this way, but you just want this horizontal line to be horizontal, not vertical. Horizontal. Horizontal line. We're doing face, right, up, right inverted, up inverted, face inverted. And now we have the cross. And then follow the method I have on the screen if you have a dot or like a yellow half cross. Yellow, yellow, yellow. So now that we have the yellow cross, the next thing we need to do is try to get the yellow pieces. We need the yellow face. We need this yellow, technically, if this is the white top, yellow bottom, but we need this yellow face or the yellow top. So there's three different ways three things that can happen. You can either have two, or like one, like yellow, yellow, like yellow, 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 or yellow. You will have two yellow corners already in place. I have one yellow corner, so ignoring the cross, I have one yellow corner, or you could have none. You can have none. If you have two yellow corners, you want a yellow piece that is like right here facing you. Like you want a yellow one, right? Like this is facing you, but you want it on this side. If you have two yellow pieces, you want something like this, but on your left side. If you have none, you want something like this. This is what you will look for. This is what you will look for. So if you have none, you want the yellow piece facing that way in this correct position. So if I would hold this like this, the yellow piece is right here. If you have two, you want a yellow piece that's facing you like this. Like for example, this is facing me. I would want it on this side. Make sure you align your cube right before you make turns. And then if you have what I have, one, then you want to look at the top and you want this to be in this position. Again, if you have one, you want to look at the top, you want the yellow corner piece in the correct position, which is this one on the bottom left. So then we do this algorithm. If you have other ones, you'll probably have to do this multiple times. So be aware of that. All right. So you're going to do this algorithm. Right, up, right inverted, up, right, up, and then up, inverted. So I slew up on the last one. Right, up, right inverted, up, right, up, right inverted. I will have what you need to do on the screen. So if you had one or two, I'm sorry if you guys hear a cat. Wait. If you had one or two, you might have to do this again, but it's the same thing. So right, up. I will do this again. I'm going to mess up my cube. Do not, if you have this is right. Do not do what I'm doing if you have this. Do not do what I'm doing if you have this. Again, I'm just doing this to show the method. It would be right, up, right inverted, up, right, up, right inverted. Again, don't mess up. So like, again, if this was what we have, right, up, right inverted, up, right, up, right inverted, right here. We only have one, right, up, right inverted, up, right, up, right inverted. So there we go. We got the top. This is what we need. So now we need to do I'm pretty sure we gotta get to, so now that we have this, we want to get cubes like this. We want to get all of our sides like this. So the way to do this is you need to match up whatever whatever these two pieces is. Like for example, these are in the correct position. These orange pieces are in the correct position because it's on this orange face and it looks like this. We need all the other sides to look like this, to have these two rows that we completed already, these two rows that we completed already, and we need this and this. We need these two corner pieces facing us. As you can see, this is wrong because we need the blue right here. This is wrong because we need red right here and red right here facing us. And this is wrong because we need a green right here. Now, in order to do this, you need to look at what's actually in the correct position. So this is easy because for me, for this cube, this is in the correct position because if you look, here's the yellow on the top, orange middle, blue middle. So if we look over here, yellow at the top, orange its middle, red or sorry, green to green middle. So we know it's not. So let's say if you have, let's say you have this. Let's say you have yellow, orange, correct, blue, correct. But let's say the other piece is over here. Let's say this was in the correct location. So again, we need this and we need this. But let's say this is correct and this is correct. It doesn't matter how you hold your cube. But if you have this correct and this correct, if you have these two back corrects, then you need to hold your cube like this, with the correct side on its opposite. Again, I will say this again. If you have this correct, as you know, orange, blue, and this side correct, it doesn't matter how you hold your cube for this next move. But if you have this correct and this correct, you need to hold your cube with these in the back. And then you're going to do this. If you have the ones where this is like correct, this is correct, or like this is correct and this is correct, then you'll probably have to do this twice. If you have this correct and this correct already in the right location, you probably will just have to do this once. Now we're gonna do this algorithm. So so right inverted, face, right inverted. So we're over here, back. So RFRBB. So we gotta do it again, but it's gonna be different. So right, face inverted, right inverted, back, right. And usually it doesn't matter. Usually you could just turn it to get the cube right, but you normally would turn it up inverted, so up inverted. So again, it's right inverted, face, right inverted, back, right, face inverted, right inverted, back, right, up inverted. And now we know we did it right when we know this is correct, red, green, orange, blue. So now we're at the final turn. But again, I will do this, I will show you guys what you need to do again. So let's say this was correct, or this was correct, this was correct before. We again, the turn is right inverted, face, right inverted, back, right, face inverted, right inverted, back, right, up inverted. So for simplicity, so again, the turn is right inverted, face, right inverted, back, right, face inverted, right inverted, back, right, up inverted. And lastly, if you got to this part, the final thing is to look to see what you have. If you have, let's say you have these side pieces, let's say these were all messed up. You're gonna have to do this turn twice. And it depends on what you have. And it depends on what you need to do. But I will, so for example, I'm looking, so this is correct. This is right. You need to have one side already right. So we need to look at how we need to move the pieces. So we need to move blue clockwise, orange clockwise, red clockwise. Again, blue clockwise, orange clockwise, red clockwise. And in order to do that, so if you need to move clockwise and you need to move, or if you don't have, all the side pieces are messed up. So if you need to do clockwise or have all the side pieces messed up, you're gonna do this. I say full riffle rough. Full riffle rough. So if you have to move clockwise or all of the side pieces are messed up, so you want this to be, if you're correct, you want this to be in the back. So full riffle rough. Full FF. I know it's weird. FF. U up. Left. So right is up. So left is down. So riffle. Full riffle rough. Riffle, the R and L is inverted. So R inverted. F. F. Right up. So left is down, but left is inverted. Left invert. Full riffle rough. So right, up, face, face. And the Rubik's Cube is solved. The Rubik's Cube is solved. So you'll have to do it again if you had these side pieces messed up. If you had these side pieces messed up, you'll have to do it again. And if you had to do it counterclockwise, the U's, the ups, your upturns are inverted. If you had to do it clockwise, your upturns are inverted. So I will show you guys again. So this is if you needed to go counterclockwise. If you needed to go counterclockwise, you would want to, like, so let's say the red is in the correct piece, you want it to be in the back. If you had to move it counterclockwise, it was, so full FF, your up is inverted, so your up will be back. So full FFUL, right up, left down. Riffle, so right inverted. Face, face, left inverted, so right is up, left is down, left inverted, so right up. You would want to move up, inverted, so full riffle rough. Your rough would be inverted. And then full riffle rough, face, face, and then your cube would be solved. So, and I will solve this real quick. So again, if you have this is correct, you want to move clockwise, orange to red, or orange to orange, green to green, blue to blue. You're moving clockwise. Full riffle rough, the U is not inverted, the U is normal. F, F, U, right up, left down. Right is inverted. F, F, right up, left down, left is inverted. Rough, U, and then turn it, and then face, face. All right, so leave in the comments below if you have any questions. I'll try to solve it. The thing with the Rubik's Cube is there's so many things that you can do, different terms, different ways that you can solve it. But generally, it's just knowing what you need to do. So to recap, so if you solve the Rubik's Cube, great. But to recap certain moves that you may have to do. Again, to recap certain moves that you have to do. So let's say we have to move this piece. Like let's say this is white. We have to do the move that we learned was right. So if it's on the right side, we move it left, down, back up, and up. If it was on this side, we moved it this way, down, this way, and up. Let's say we wanted to flip these two colors. Let's say we wanted to flip these two colors. We would go onto the right side. We're flipping these two. We would go this way, that, and then go back to the other side, this way, this way, this way, this way. And so we would flip those colors. The colors is actually over here, but you'll flip them because then you can just move them here and then move away. And then the, I guess, algorithms from memory. The one things that we learned was or the first thing we did was, what was the first thing we did? No. And another thing we did was we learned how to do the middle row by getting it to its middle, moving away. So like a non-yellow, get it to its middle, move it away from its middle. So orange middle is over here, move it away because we moved it left, and do what we did. And then lastly, we learned different turns we had to do. So like again, if like for example, as I discussed before, if you have an L, you want to do F, U, R, U inverted, R inverted, face inverted, and then you would have to do like your RU U inverted, and then R horizontal. So but that's pretty much it. Again, if you have any comments, let me know. I'll try to solve. I try to make this as a great of explanations as I possibly can. It's kind of hard to do different moves where I don't have it, but if I would have it, I would know what to do. So I'll try to explain to you guys if any of you guys have questions. But that's it for the video. I am going to complete the solve. So I'll probably will be talking, but this is the end of this is the end of the tutorial. All right, so let's see. Let's move this there. All right, we need to get the middle row. Oops. Crap, I just messed that up. Let's move that back. Oh crap, I needed a chair. All right, so I'm just gonna do on this side. So you're doing face, you're doing up. Actually, no, I'm about to mess up because it's horizontal. You're doing something else. You're doing we did face, so I'll go back. It was like this. So you're gonna do this. You're gonna do. Let's see. You're going to do. What are you doing?